Burn it. Burn it. Burn it. Yeah. Shit.
As long as he continued to fight MMA guys and YouTubers, he's gonna continue to look good and shine. But once he fights a real fighter, a real fighter that can really fight, it's not gonna be that good.
That if Manny Pacquiao is really considering of coming back to professional boxing, I think that would be a good measurement and sign and a marketing for him.
According to insider reports, undefeated boxing legend Floyd Mayweather Jr. recently visited Manny Pacquiao's training camp in Los Angeles, where the Filipino great is preparing for his much-anticipated comeback fight against Mario Barrios. The surprise meeting between two of boxing's biggest names has stirred up major buzz in the boxing world, reigniting talk about their historic rivalry, shared respect, and how the sport continues to evolve. Floyd Mayweather's reported visit to Manny Pacquiao's training camp is more than just a friendly drop-in. It reflects the deep and complex connection between two of boxing's all-time greats. Their legendary rivalry peaked with the 2015 Fight of the Century, a historic bout that lived up to the hype and left a lasting impact on the sport. Since then, their careers have taken different turns. Mayweather has shifted to promoting and occasional exhibitions, while Pacquiao has dedicated himself to politics and humanitarian work. Still, the respect they share and the history they built together continue to tie them in the eyes of fans worldwide.
You fought against Manny Pacquiao, you fought against Floyd Mayweather. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the hardest puncher, what would you rate both fighters?
We all know that Mayweather is not known for a big punch. It stings, it stings, yes. I would have to say they're about the same. It's funny because I didn't feel Pacquiao's punch. I didn't do anything to me, so I didn't really feel his punch. They punched the same. The only difference is that Pacquiao has the ability to really maybe knock you out, but he's got to land that perfect punch. And Pacquiao's more of a, he doesn't have that good timing like Mayweather.
What about speed?
Speed? It's different. It's different speed because Mayweather is a guy who one fast shot, boom. Pacquiao he'll throw 4, 5, 6, 7 punches and fast. I think both guys might be the same. I would have to go with Pacquiao.
The rivalry between Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Manny Pacquiao is one of the biggest and most profitable in boxing history. Their long-awaited fight finally happened in 2015, but it took years to come together. Talks about the bout started around 2009, when both were at the peak of their careers. However, issues like drug testing and promotional disagreements caused repeated delays. In the end, it was the pressure from fans that helped make the fight a reality.
Any version of Mayweather would have always beaten Pacquiao, in my opinion. I think Mayweather would have always done what's necessary for Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao had a greater career, but I think Mayweather is a better fighter. And I think Mayweather had the right things for somebody like Pacquiao. I mean, he had the right one-punch speed. He had the right IQ. He was bigger than Manny with longer arms. He had great feet. It's just a kryptonite for Manny Pacquiao. I personally thought so.
Manny Pacquiao spoke about that he shouldn't have.
Floyd Mayweather, yeah.
Because it's a time and a place for everything. I'm not going to say he's right and I'm not going to say he's wrong. But it's so crazy. When he spoke about it, I could have easily came out and said, yeah, you spoke about it. I ain't have to say nothing. Just by you saying my name, they gave me a check for $4 million. He said my name when he didn't supposed to. Remember I said, it's a time and a place for any and everything.
Pacquiao's boxing career is nothing short of legendary. Over the years, he has won 12 major world titles and claimed the lineal championship in 4 different weight classes: flyweight, featherweight, super featherweight, and super lightweight. He's also the only boxer in history to win world titles in 4 different decades, from the 1990s through the 2020s. His fights have drawn huge crowds and generated over $1.22 billion from 25 pay-per-view events, showcasing his unmatched popularity and impact on the sport.
Philippine boxing legend Manny Pacquiao leads ESPN's list of top 25 Asian athletes of the 21st century. The 8th Division World Boxing Champ bested the likes of Chinese basketball icon Yao Ming and Japanese baseball superstar Ichiro Suzuki, who finished 2nd and 3rd respectively. Completing the top 5 are Korean football star Song Hong-min and Japanese-American Naomi Osaka. Also making the list, the Philippines' first ever Olympic gold medal winner, weightlifter Heidelin Diaz, and the PBA's 7-time PBA MVP, Junmar Fajardo.
In September 2021, Pacquiao announced his retirement from boxing to dedicate himself to his political career. He ran for president in the Philippines' 2022 elections, but did not win. Despite the setback, Pacquiao stayed active, continuing his work as a senator and participating in various philanthropic efforts aimed at helping communities across the country.
Your thoughts on Manny Pacquiao's retirement?
One of the greatest fighters we've ever seen. Never ran from anybody. Had completely respected the sport of boxing. Was an ultimate champion. And I have to tell you, one of the nicest human beings you'll ever meet on the planet Earth. I mean, when people, I want to just say this real quick because I know we got to go because we got one more thing to discuss, Marcus.
Yeah.
When people talk about Manny Pacquiao and they say stuff like, well, he's fighting for money. I would like y'all to know that there are people who line up in the streets of the Philippines just to come get some money from him. He's very charitable.
Oh, yeah.
That's why money was compromising, because he's a giver. He's a special dude. I'm gonna miss him.
At 46 years old and nearly 4 years after stepping away from the sport, Pacquiao is officially making his return to the ring. He's set to challenge WBC welterweight champion Mario Barrios on July 19th, 2025 at the iconic MGM Grand in Las Vegas.
Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios is a done deal. Fight will either happen July 19th or July 26th in Las Vegas or San Antonio. And it's not going to be a pay-per-view. It's going to be free on Amazon Prime. Whew. We blast Jake Paul for these types of fights. And yet a current world champion and Mario Barrios is going to go after Manny Pacquiao. Listen, I get it. You get to share the ring with the legend of Manny Pacquiao, one of the greatest to all ever do it. But he's been retired now. He's already in the Hall of Fame. Manny Pacquiao did not look good in his previous exhibition he did last year either. Mario Barrios should easily run laps around Manny Pacquiao, destroy him. Why are we wasting time with this type of fight? It makes absolutely no sense to me. Listen, 147 welterweight. Me and Talani just got done talking about this in our interview. 147 is a historically great boxing division. And there is great talent in the division right now. But the problem is that guys don't want to fight each other. We don't want unifications. We don't want undisputed. And we're getting fights like Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios. Why? This fight makes absolutely no sense. If this is even somewhat competitive, that is embarrassing on Mario Barrios' part. Why are we wasting time with this fight? Listen, Brian Norman Jr. should be fighting Boots Ennis, but he chose a decent alternative. Fighting Sasaki in Japan is fine. That's still 2 debatably top 5 fighters in the welterweight division fighting each other. I'm A-okay with that decision. Boots Ennis finally stepped up and he did the unification fight against Danny Onis. Great. Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios. Okay, if this was for a massive bag, I get it. But you're fighting for a non-pay-per-view event, so you're going to be fighting for free against a guy like Manny Pacquiao. Why? There are plenty of other fights to be making. But yet we're getting Manny Pacquiao and Mario Barrios. Is Manny Pacquiao even ready to fight in the ring? Why is he... I get he still loves the sport, but listen. You are an all-time great, a legend of the sport, a Hall of Famer. Why return? Why not just go pursue other things? If anything, do those little cheap expedition fights that you did last year, or those that are similar to that of what Floyd Mayweather keeps doing. Why is Manny Pacquiao doing a real legitimate fight? I get for its world championship, but against Mario Barrios. And why is Mario Barrios agreeing to this?
George Kambosos Jr. once had the honor of training alongside Manny Pacquiao, an experience he says played a major role in shaping him as a fighter. He often recalls learning far more than just technique. Pacquiao taught him the importance of mindset, discipline, and pushing beyond personal limits. For Kambosos, Pacquiao's influence extended beyond the physical. He learned that boxing is just as much mental as it is physical. Observing Pacquiao train up close, Kambosos took note of how speed, intelligence, and preparation came together to form a complete, strategic approach in the ring.
Trained with Manny Pacquiao had to be a huge asset for you, because even though Bay was probably your biggest name opponent up until then, you know, you'd been, how many rounds had you done with Manny?
250 rounds over 3 world title campaigns.
So it started with the Jeff Horn fight?
It did, yeah. When Jeff got obviously the fight with Manny Pacquiao, I was in Los Angeles, and I was sparring his ex-sparring partners, Jose Ramirez and Ray Beltran. I was doing 5-on-5, and these guys are good fighters, former world champions. And Freddie come over and goes, you know, Manny's got the Jeff Horn fight. So yeah, I'm hearing about it. He goes, well, you're sparring his sparring partners. How would you like to go against your countrymen and help Manny prepare?
Mario Barrios, a 29-year-old boxer from San Antonio, Texas, currently holds the WBC welterweight title. He earned this championship with a strong performance against Denis Yugas in September 2023, knocking Yugas down twice and winning by unanimous decision with scores of 118-107 and 117-108. This win was a major step forward for Barrios, making him the full champion after Terrence Crawford moved up to the super welterweight division.
One time I interviewed your sister, and she told me when you were kids, she would do the best in sparring. She would get the best of you.
Oh, yeah. I mean, usually. I mean,
when did that change, Mario? When did that change?
He wasn't the only guy she got the best of in San Antonio. She got the best out of everybody, man. Shit. Yeah, my sister's a beast, man. Like, she couldn't spar with other females a lot of times. Cause they,
unfair.
Yeah.
Mismatch.
She was like overwhelming, man. She was just naturally, strong. And so yeah, most of the time, the sparring partners, they were dudes. But I mean, I couldn't really even like spar with her serious. I mean, until I was like 17 or 18.
Wow.
Yeah.
Despite the age difference and Pacquiao's vast experience, Mario Barrios is not underestimating his opponent. He's training hard, treating this fight like he's facing Pacquiao at his peak. Barrios knows this match could define his career, and from day one, his camp has been focused and serious. His coach has emphasized that they're treating it like a true title fight. While Barrios respects Pacquiao's incredible legacy, his hunger to win is clear. He doesn't want this to be just another victory. He wants it to be unforgettable. Taking on a legend like Pacquiao is risky, but the potential reward makes it worth it.
Mentioned a lot of people are asking what's going on. Are the rumors true? Is it possibly Spence? Is it Pacquiao? Who is Mario Barrios sharing the ring with next?
You know what? He's put himself in a great position through hard work. He's a tremendous story when he turned pro and what he's been able to accomplish being a two-time world champion. And I always told everybody, he fights all comers. When we fought Gervonta Davis, all my hats off to Gervonta Davis. But it was very difficult for us to make the weight. We were going to move up in weight. They presented us, with this opportunity, and he said, you know what, I'll bite down for it one more time. And then from there, obviously we had a tough loss, but it was a competitive fight. And his first fight at 147 pounds, he goes on and takes on Keith Thurman. No tune-ups, no getting used to the thing. Goes at that point is about as good as you can get in the division, and took on that. So he takes on all comers, all challenges. His first world title against Batirov, the Russian, is about as tough as you could have done at the time. And so I think he's earned the right now to be in the biggest, best possible fights. And now it's going to be up to Al Heyman and Louis DeCubas Jr. on what they see is best and fit for his career, whether that's, Pacquiao, Spence, if that's a unification with Boots Ennis.
The fight between Manny Pacquiao and Mario Barrios has attracted a lot of buzz in the boxing world, with many experts and fans sharing their thoughts. WBC President Mauricio Suleiman has been a big supporter of the matchup, praising Pacquiao's legendary career and pointing out how former champions have made strong comebacks before. Suleiman said, "I really like the idea. I think Pacquiao can compete with or beat any fighter. His support shows the WBC's readiness to back the fight, recognizing Pacquiao's lasting popularity and fighting spirit.
We have Sean Gibbons here, Manny Pacquiao's right-hand man, advisor, head of MP Promotions. Sean, I know you spent a lot of time with Manny Pacquiao over recent weeks and months. There's a lot of conversations about Manny's comeback. What is the latest that you could offer and the update around the potential matchup with Mario Barrios?
Well, the latest is Manny's fighting an exhibition on 28th in Japan. So, you don't want to really look past that. But if he's successful there, Mario Barrios, we've talked about Conor Benn, which I believe was a great fight. That would have been a tremendous fight. We could have done it in England. We could have done it in the U.S. We could have done it in Riyadh season. But the fact that he wasn't able to come off the suspension, that put the brakes on that. So that brought us to Mario Barrios. He's the WBC world champion. Manny's first belt ever many years ago was a WBC belt. So I think it would have been a great story.
Floyd Mayweather thinks Manny Pacquiao's comeback is mainly about money, a common reason why many retired fighters return to the ring. In boxing, it's typical for aging legends to come back for one last big payday, especially if they haven't fully settled into life after boxing. Still, Mayweather admits Pacquiao's skills remain impressive, saying his game is better than many fighters today. Mayweather is known for fiercely protecting his legacy as an undefeated champion. This has sometimes caused tension, especially when people debate who the greatest fighter is. For example, YouTuber Showbiz the Adult shared a story where Mayweather got defensive when someone suggested Pacquiao might be greater. During that talk, Mayweather even accused Pacquiao of using performance-enhancing drugs, showing how sensitive he is about his place in boxing history.
Here we go. Who's greater than me? I said, Sugar Ray Robinson. He said, Sugar Ray Robinson, how many wins he got? I said, he got like over 150 wins. He stopped for a minute. He said, but who got more championship titles, me or him? I said, hold on, Floyd. He said, answer the question. I said, Floyd, there's more titles now than then. There was just one then. That's no fair. Answer the question. I said, okay, you. Do I not have 28 titles? And I was just like, I don't know. He said, oh, you're supposed to be the expert. But the reason why I said that is because there's minor and major titles. Who else greater than me? I said Henry Armstrong, Roberto Duran. He said, oh my God. He said, you said something about Pacquiao. Yeah, I said, I think you'll beat Pacquiao every day of the week, but I think he had a greater career. He said, you ain't think Pacquiao was on steroids? I said, he didn't fail any tests, Floyd. He said, look at me in my eyes. I can't say, man, he didn't fail. He said, oh man, you faked. I saw that as a initiation. This is what you about to get. Nobody's greater than Floyd. My thing is, he should feel that way, but you can't expect everybody to feel that you're the greatest, Floyd.
Despite mixed results in his recent exhibition bouts, training videos released in early 2025 have sparked new excitement among boxing fans. These clips show Pacquiao with the same lightning-fast hand speed, quick footwork, and punching power that defined his prime. Observers have praised his conditioning and sharpness, fueling speculation about a full return to professional boxing. However, many critics argue that Pacquiao's comeback is unnecessary and could harm his legacy. As the only boxer to win world titles in 8 different weight classes, he has already achieved historic success. His decision to challenge WBC welterweight champion Mario Barrios has stirred controversy, with some seeing it as driven by nostalgia rather than a real need to compete. Concerns also exist over the fairness of giving Pacquiao a title shot after a 4-year break, bypassing younger active fighters. While his dedication and past accomplishments are undeniable, questions remain about whether this comeback will add to or damage his legendary career.
The WBC president Mauricio Sullivan has said Mario Barrios will face Manny Pacquiao this July. That's some crazy shit, bro. That's some crazy news. Manny Pacquiao is 46 years of age. He's making his return to the ring. And he said he wants to go out with a bang. He wants to finish his career as a champion. That's some crazy shit. Manny Pacquiao's professional record currently stands at 62 wins, 39 of those coming via knockout, 8 losses and 2 draws. Manny Pacquiao has one of the most impressive CVs in the sport of boxing. Just take a look at from 09 Ricky Hatton all the way up until here. There's so many names: Timothy Bradley, Manuel Marquez, Shane Mosley, Joshua Cloteley, Miguel Cotto, Floyd Mayweather, Jesse Vargas. Like, there's so many names on this list.
Prominent voices in boxing, including promoter Frank Warren and broadcaster Simon Jordan, have openly criticized Manny Pacquiao's decision to return to the ring at age 46. Warren called the comeback unnecessary and disappointing, questioning the WBC's choice to rank Pacquiao fifth despite his 4-year absence and a weak exhibition performance in 2024. He challenged the integrity of giving Pacquiao an immediate title shot against Mario Barrios, suggesting it damages the sport's credibility. Some insiders compare Pacquiao's upcoming fight to entertainment-focused bouts like Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. While that fight was seen as a spectacle, Pacquiao's match carries the weight of a world championship, raising concerns about boxing's integrity. Critics argue that awarding a 46-year-old former champ a title shot after a long hiatus and recent exhibition loss undermines boxing's merit-based system. Questions about Pacquiao's health and whether his comeback is motivated by competition or business add complexity to the debate. On the other hand, supporters praise Pacquiao's impressive conditioning and commitment. They believe his return could reignite excitement in the sport and inspire both fans and young fighters. For them, this comeback is not a risk to Pacquiao's legacy, but a continuation of it, highlighting his passion and resilience.
Champion Mario Barrios to defend his belt against Manny Pacquiao. And about 7 to 8, maybe 9, 10 years ago, I would have said, hells yeah, if we had a Manny Pacquiao championship fight. But Manny's been retired for 4 years. He's 46 years old. His last fight was in 2021, and he lost to Ugas in a unanimous decision. I watched his exhibition bout against the kickboxer guy in Japan. That didn't look good. This is a bad idea. A really bad idea. And again, I think people will look at this and go, well, Jake Paul fought Mike Tyson, and yeah, that happened. And I also said that Mike was going to get really badly hurt, and it was a terrible idea for him to do that. And there were some health issues and everything else. Luckily, Mike didn't get super hurt in the fight, but this is a world championship level fight against a sitting world champion, and Manny does not belong in there. And again, I'm worried that he's going to get hurt badly.
Do you think Pacquiao's comeback adds to his legendary status or puts his legacy at risk? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I'm curious to hear what you think.